Hi, everyone. This is Fernando, and I'm here with Brian Tutas, and we are working and talking about auctions, and we are offering this new type of services. I believe is what is being created post-coronavirus world, where this new type of auction, hybrid auction, is something that is going to be completely different to what you have seen before, compared to the old auctions that we used to know. So how you doing, Brian? How is everything in Florida?
I'm doing pretty good, Fernando, and thanks for asking. It is another spectacular day in beautiful, sunny Central Florida. Going to be almost 90 degrees and not a cloud in the sky. So
Well,
come down to Maryland, people, okay?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to get started with this, and I wanted to ask you because I was talking to some people, and we're talking about and discussing the difference between what an old type of auction used to be, as opposed to the hybrid auction that we're bringing to the public, and we're creating value for them. Tell us a little bit about the difference that you think is more important for people to know.
Yes, well, yes, most people are familiar with foreclosure auctions, right? Liquidation auctions is what they are. They do them at estate sales. They're just trying to unload the asset so that they can move on. So we don't want to do that because most of our sellers are not in any kind of distress situations. They may be a little high on their mortgage or whatever, not have a lot of equity, but really your normal seller, what we're trying to achieve through the hybrid auction is to get you as much traffic as we can through your front door so that we're able to sell your property at the highest price possible. Because the reality is, Fernando, being a broker like you and I are, it's hard to price a property unless you're like in a real cookie cutter neighborhood. Every property has its own unique things about it and, location or whatever. So truly the best way to price a property is to let the market decide what the value is, which is how everything works, right? It's supply and demand. So through the hybrid auction that we're doing, which is really designed for regular sellers, luxury sellers, people that aren't in distress situations but just want to maximize the best marketing they can to get as many people as they can to see their property so that we can be in a multiple offer situation and achieve the highest price possible for the property. Whereas in a liquidation auction, not all of those are reserve auctions, number one. Some of those just go off to the highest bidder because they're just trying to unload an asset. They're more concerned about the time than the dollars. And we're actually more concerned about the dollars than the time, right? Even though both kind of come into play. The hybrid auction is just a combination of the two where we're still doing the auction process. However, we're giving more assurances to the buyer. We're giving them a little time to do inspections and things that they need to do. It's just a very transparent way of doing it. And obviously being able to push the commission off to the buyer side gives us a huge advantage.
Okay, that's exactly, I think, one of the key points that you just brought in about the transparency that we are providing to the sellers and to the buyers, because they know exactly where they stand. We're talking about also the old auctions. I think one of the main drawbacks for the old auctions is that people have this perception that you're buying it as is and you're going to get stuck with a bad property and there's nothing you can do about it. And in some cases also, when I used to go to auctions to buy some investment properties, they will ask you for your credit card and they will say you need to give us your credit card in case there is a discrepancy or you're in a bid that you're making. They may charge you a fine and you don't have really no choice about it and you're going to lose the money. So in a way, Brian, I think what you just described, a hybrid auction is basically an extension of what the traditional listing sale is, as opposed to the type of services and the fiduciary services we provide to sellers. The only difference, I believe, is that what you're saying, attracting more people and asking the buyers to pay the buyer's premium to help the sellers, not having to come up with so much money on the high commissions that they have to pay to sell a house every time.